As we continue through this turbulent week, communities across the southern and eastern United States are dealing with widespread devastation, triggered by relentless rainfall and rapidly rising floodwaters. Tonight, the focus is on two major events unfolding simultaneously: massive flooding in Houston, Texas, and widespread flood emergencies across several counties in West Virginia. In Houston, days of persistent rain have culminated in a full-scale flooding disaster. What began as a series of heavy showers evolved into a crisis, overwhelming the city's infrastructure and paralyzing large sections of the metropolitan area. According to the National Weather Service, parts of the region have recorded over 10 inches of rainfall in just a short span of time, more than 25 centimeters, leading to swollen rivers, overtopped bayous, and impassable roads. With Houston's flat topography and notoriously poor drainage in some areas, the water had nowhere to go. Neighborhoods near Buffalo Bayou, among other flood-prone areas, were among the hardest hit. Water surged into homes, parking lots, and city streets with astonishing speed. One resident shared that floodwater was flowing through her kitchen in under an hour, something she had never witnessed before. "My house was underwater in less than 60 minutes, she said, visibly shaken. For many families, there was no time to prepare or evacuate. In response, local authorities declared a state of emergency. Texas Governor Greg Abbott issued a statewide disaster declaration for the Houston area, paving the way for emergency federal assistance. Firefighters, volunteers, and the National Guard were mobilized to perform water rescues, help with evacuations, and assist with temporary shelter operations. Hundreds of people have been rescued from submerged homes, vehicles, and businesses. Thousands more have fled to emergency shelters. Transportation in and out of the city has also been heavily impacted. Several major roads, bridges, and underpasses have been closed due to dangerous water levels. George Bush Intercontinental Airport reported delays and cancellations, while transit systems suspended service in certain areas due to flooding and downed electrical infrastructure. In addition to the physical damage, the city is also grappling with power outages. Widespread flooding has knocked out transformers and power lines, leaving entire neighborhoods in the dark. Local utility crews are working around the clock to restore electricity, but officials warn that some outages may last for days. In the meantime, emergency shelters are providing essential services, including food, water, and medical support. The National Weather Service has warned that the risk is not over. More rain is forecast in the coming days, and any additional accumulation could exacerbate the flooding, especially in neighborhoods where water has not yet receded. Officials are pleading with residents not to attempt to drive through floodwaters, noting that it only takes about 1 foot of moving water to sweep away a vehicle. This event has drawn comparisons to Hurricane Harvey, which devastated Houston in 2017. While the current system is not tropical in nature, the volume of rain and resulting impacts are eerily similar. The damage to infrastructure, property, and personal lives will likely take months, if not longer, to fully recover from. Over the past several days, parts of the state have endured intense and persistent rainfall. Rivers such as the Kanawha and Elk have risen to dangerous levels, fed by runoff from mountainous terrain and oversaturated ground. Flash flooding has been reported in multiple areas, with some locations seeing water levels rise more than 2 meters in just hours. Elm Grove, a community near Wheeling, witnessed what many are calling a historic deluge. A photo shared by the state's emergency management agency showed a measuring tape submerged 5 inches in floodwater with the caption, "From bone dry to 5 inches in 45 minutes." That level of rainfall in such a short time overwhelmed storm drains, rivers, and local roads, prompting immediate evacuations. Governor Jim Justice has declared a state of emergency in several affected counties. At a press conference, he stressed the seriousness of the situation, saying, "We are doing everything we can to help those affected and get them back on their feet as quickly as possible." Hundreds of families have been forced to evacuate, with shelters rapidly filling up. Roads and bridges have been severely damaged, isolating communities and complicating rescue efforts. Several highways are submerged or buried in thick mud. In some locations, emergency crews have been forced to use boats to reach trapped residents. Videos posted online show streets transformed into rivers with
This is crazy. Everything is flooding.
Hundreds of families have been forced to evacuate, with shelters rapidly filling up. Roads and bridges have been severely damaged, isolating communities and complicating rescue efforts. Several highways are submerged or buried in thick mud. In some locations, emergency crews have been forced to use boats to reach trapped residents. Videos posted online show streets transformed into rivers, with water flowing rapidly past homes and vehicles. Power outages are widespread across the affected counties. More than 10,000 customers have lost electricity, and restoration efforts are ongoing, but complicated by blocked roads and hazardous conditions. Emergency teams are working to deliver clean drinking water, food, and medical supplies to impacted residents. The American Red Cross and other aid organizations are also on the ground, supporting evacuation centers and organizing relief efforts. In the days ahead, both states will face enormous challenges, from clearing debris and repairing damaged roads to helping families recover from the emotional toll of losing their homes. While the response from state and local agencies has been swift, the scale of the disaster means recovery will take time. As this situation continues to evolve, residents in all affected areas are strongly urged to monitor weather updates, follow instructions from local authorities, and prioritize safety. Whether you're in a major city or a rural town, the message is the same. Do not underestimate floodwaters and do not take unnecessary risks. Stay indoors, stay informed, and if asked to evacuate, do so without delay. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.